This is the Levi Jones Leary Riva Masterclass, and we're going to break it down in his match against Kade Ruotolo. I would like you to pause and screenshot this, save this. This is a great reference in terms of what he's doing the entire time. But at the end of the day, there's not much that happens during his match against Kade, but this reinforcement of the Masterclass Riva. A lot of you guys have requested this, and let's break it down. So we know Levi Jones Leary has had a really good guard the entire run up in CJI, and I think that's another video in and of itself. We have Kade here mocking Levi Jones Leary the entire time because he's being a guard player, and many times throughout the match you can see Kade is really disrespectful in the sense he's not respecting the Riva. And to emphasize, for those who don't know, when it comes to Riva or playing guard, you always want to have as much point of contact as possible on your opponent. Okay, so we can see here that Levi already has 3 points of contact. His left leg is around Kade's foot, right hand right by the kneecap, left hand is right by the ankle. And we can see what Levi's is going to use his right foot here later. But when we are in Riva, we always want to be angled to see the backside of our opponent, right? So we want to always be able to see the back, because this way we can start to slide and start to use the momentum to take our opponent either bolo, take the back, or invert, right? Okay, so if we resume, as you can see, he's already gotten deep enough. Levi's gotten deep enough where his left hand is all the way here. So we're going to see that he's going to capitalize on this and take and get really close to taking Kade's back. So once you see that, he already underhooked the far leg. Now you're going to see the right foot's going to weave in for crab right hooks. There we go. So you see that? And so you can see that the crab right hooks is the left leg right behind Kade's left leg, right leg behind Kade's right leg. And you momentarily get this set up here where he's controlling both legs with the hooks, 2 knees with the right hand. And so he's really close to taking the back. Now, again, Kade being Kade and being the entertainer that he is, he's going to be completely disrespectful here, and he's going to backflip out of all this, right? There we go. And meanwhile, I don't recommend that escape traditionally at a gym, but that is definitely acceptable here. I can see it works at the highest level, but I think for a lot of the hobbyists, maybe that's not your first go-to, right? So you probably should not be in that position to begin with. Now, throughout the entire fight, it's really going to be Levi angling in for reverse Riva or Riva hooks. So we can really do another video, honestly. But he's going to play reverse Riva and Riva a lot. He has a lot of hand grips. One thing we can pay attention to when it comes to Levi is all the points of contact that he's always constantly trying to achieve. He's always trying to maintain points of contact with his legs and his hands. He's extremely active. Look at that, like he's really coming in forward a little bit. He's getting hooks in the entire time. He's always, when he's playing Riva, he's always going to play a 3-point Riva. Left hand right by the ankle, or he gets his left hand extremely deep where he wraps around the ankle. His right hand is always going to cup the knee or play with the opponent's hands if the hands are coming into the equation, or frame on the far shoulder. And you're going to see that multiple times in this match, okay? So something to take away when you are playing your Riva. So pay attention. Again, left hand's right by the ankle, which is really good. And notice how the right leg is always active. His right leg is always pushing, pulling, and trying to go to the back. Again, when you're playing Riva, you're always angled. You don't ever want to be flush straight with your opponent. You always want to be angled, because if the possibility is there to come around the back, great. If the possibility is to bolo, great. But you're always wanting to angle in the Riva position. Pay attention to what Kade is doing here. Kade is gripping onto the leg here because he doesn't want this hook to come up and attach to his inner thigh and control his leg any further. So right now, the pressure that's coming from the reverse Riva is Levi's left leg crushing down onto the left kneecap and securing the ankle grip with the left leg, okay? Pay attention. You're going to see they're playing a lot of grip fighting now. Kade is playing with the hands. He's controlling the far leg. When you control the far leg and when you're playing against a Riva player and you control the far leg, you for momentarily, if you control the far leg, you negate the ability for them to bolo to the backside or do the crab ride. So right here, what's happening is that Levi is taking the momentum and trying to invert the entire time, pushing Kade back, right? There we go. You're going to see, again, the stickiness of Levi's guard here. You see the right arms framing against the shoulder for a second there. You see how him being angled enables Levi to really reach across all the time. You see that? You're going to see it reach across to the far leg. You see that? Momentarily, Kade gets his left foot really close to his right foot. And Levi capitalizes on that. But we're noticing how sticky Levi is. So for you, if you're a De La Riva player or if you're going against De La Riva players, really pay attention to deny the De La Riva player the 3-point grip. The 4-point grip's even worse if he's using the right leg to post on you and whatnot. But again, you're going to notice again the 3-point grip. One, De La Riva, and the right hand around the ankle. Just to drive that home for you guys to really pay attention to. A little keynote here. The grips that he utilizes with the right hand, the near side for the De La Riva, it can be a regular scoop grip. It can be an Achilles lock grip. It could be an underhook grip. It could be a lot of different grips. The main important part is to have a grip. Now, when you have the grip, you have to really understand what the grip is doing. So let's pay attention. Your hand is always pulling on the ankle. Your hand is always pulling. The pressure is always pulling. You're never pushing. You're always pulling on the ankle. Meanwhile, your right knee or your De La Riva knee is always pressing down onto the side of your opponent's knee. Because, again, what did I say before? Just to drive the point home, you always want to see your opponent's back when you are doing the De La Riva. Okay? So here we notice again the left hand is holding on to Kade's left hand. So Kade is trying to negate the De La Riva by having 2 points of contact of his own against the feet of Levi's. And again, at this point, it's a lot of moments like this. Okay, let's go back a little bit. This is going to be very important. Notice the gripping. Okay, notice the gripping of the foot. Now, pay attention here, and I want you to see what Levi is doing with his left foot. Okay. He's going to extend with his left foot to hook onto this leg. Now, what does this do? When we are in De La Riva, we always want to be bladed this way so that we can see the opponent's back, correct? Now, if we want to go in between the legs and invert, or if we want to potentially square up with our opponent, we can always use the far leg, that's not the De La Riva leg, to hook inside as a hook on the far leg and pull ourselves. So he's dorsiflexing his leg. He's pointing his toes to his head. He's using his toes to pull himself forward. And this gives him the momentum to swing squared up against Kade. Okay. Did I press something? Okay, there we go. So if we're here, attach the far leg, swings, squares up. Now, momentarily as he squares up, Kade also jumps away. Now, one mistake that Kade makes here, we can argue if it's a mistake or not, is that Kade is gripping and fighting with his hands, and he does not have a base, which enables Levi to push him over with his left foot inside. Okay. And this gives him the sweep. So it's actually a really good sweep. Now, of course, he gets himself into a triangle attempt. Right away, this is one of the best triangle escapes. Till this day, whenever I get caught in a triangle or whatnot, if I make a mistake, this is the escape I go for. You want to swing either leg, left leg or right leg, whichever is more imminent at this point. But he's going to use the left leg to really extend into it, right? And this goes really fast. So he swings the right leg over. It doesn't work. He gets the left leg all the way up to Kade's face. And at this point, it's a scramble. And he turns around, and again, we're back into the whole guard play. Okay. So we have a lot of these stalling moments. You're going to notice that Kade is doing his infamous leg pin. Whenever you're going against a really good guard player, you really should think about utilizing the foot pin. Because if you start using your hands to pin the entire time, you're losing one extra limb to defend and attack. So in the meantime, it's easier to step on the leg to negate that. Now, Kade is consistently putting himself in there. I just want to point that out. Do not let yourself be put into positions like this. Kade is of extremely high level. He's the one of the best of the best. He is baiting these attacks the entire time. So do not, for you hobbyists out there, do not let yourself willingly get into De La Riva if you don't need to. If you know your opponent is a really good De La Riva player, do not bait that out, okay? So again, notice the pressure, okay? Notice the pressure of that De La Riva. Notice the how like crammed Kade's legs are. So Kade is trying to pressure into Levi to negate the De La Riva hooks, but we can see that the grips are still there for Levi and that he's actually extremely comfortable. And again, just to drive the point home, notice how he's perpendicular to Kade. And when he's perpendicular, the closer you are to being perpendicular during the De La Riva grips, the easier it is for you as a guard player. Notice the grips. Kade's always constantly monitoring the legs because he doesn't want Levi to be able to go swing to the back again. There we go. Levi's maintaining the grips. Again, Levi cannot go to the back as long as Kade has those grips on the far leg. So if someone has De La Riva hooks on you, make sure you monitor the far leg. If you do not monitor the far leg, there are chances he's gonna take your back. So you're gonna have to monitor the off balancing and monitor the right leg or the far side leg that's not the De La Riva hooks. So right now Levi is just kind of scrambling. Notice how this grip here, which is really good. I really like this grip a lot if you have the flexibility. It's when you underhook the leg and you grab your own shin. If you can really you really have to get the angle, but if you can secure this position, it's a extremely strong hold. And it's really strong. So let's pay attention to what he did here. The same way that Levi earlier used the hook, the far side leg to hook onto the inner thigh of Kade to square up, he's using this now with this in conjunction with this underhook to off balance Kade. So he's gonna roll. Pay attention to that. See how this far leg. Now this time, instead of being on the upper thigh, he's doing a right behind the knee pit, which is actually not bad at all. Really good. Really brilliant. And he's gonna invert. He's almost gonna go inverted a little bit to do the to do a bolo-like action to really drive home this grip. There we go. You see that? And you can see the pressure it's putting on Kade. So this here, for a lot of you leg lock players, this is a great position to enter into single leg X. If you can see here, if you maintain your right leg onto the far leg and you swing your left leg through, you can get into single leg X or whatnot. But again, it's just an inside tip. Right now, we're going to pay attention to the far hip right here. You can notice that Levi has the right leg all the way through under the thigh into the far pit of the hip. He's going to control the entire right leg of it. Kade tries to jump over and do a leg lock entry of his own, and Levi capitalizes on this. Let's go back a little bit. So Kade tries to do that, but Levi is holding on to the leg here and is going to try to invert while grabbing the far leg. The inversions with leg locks are really tricky for a lot of people, so you have to be extremely careful, especially when you guys are inverted. Okay, so we're gonna break this down a lot. Okay, so notice this knee bar like grip right here. Okay, so first things first, this is the grip that Levi has is more of a inverted single leg X. Pay attention. Now, the minute he grabs the far leg, he opens up both legs. So both of Levi's legs, to be clear, are on the outside of Kade's legs. During this scramble, Kade will inherently allow Levi Jones Leary's right leg to get inside position. So pay attention. So look, this right now is a single leg X. Think of it like that. It's an inverted version of an X guard. not your full X. It's a single leg X. It's a inverted single leg X. So it looks like a knee bar position. So if you want to think of it like that, okay? There we go. Now, on the way coming up, pay attention. Again, it's still a single leg X variation. He pulls the leg out. Pay attention to what he just did. Right about here. Notice how he pulls this leg out. And he's going to swing his left foot. He's going to swing his left foot inside now. There we go. So let's look at this grip now. His left leg is inside. His right leg is on the outside. Okay. Now, I want you to understand and pay attention to the grips that Levi has. Levi's controlling the leg here with the ankle, and he's overhooking. He's literally hugging the left leg. Now, right here, he swings his left leg over the knee, and he's weighing heavy on this leg now. So there we go. As you come up, he's gonna maintain this grip, and there we go. We pop right into reverse de la Riva. There were a couple attacks that we could have done there that I would have liked Levi to have done, but I think Levi was playing more safe here, and he was trying to either secure a better positioning or whatnot. But we are now officially in reverse de la Riva, so Levi is playing reverse de la Riva. Okay, so Kade breaks the grips. He's pinning the leg. He's driving forward into Levi. Levi is used to the pressure. You can tell he's extremely calm. He's framing. He's very, very relaxed. He's not sweating it. Again, Kade's stepping on the foot. And for Levi to do this against Kade, you guys got to understand how extremely talented that is. Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. We have Levi swinging for the legs here. So his right foot right there. Okay, more of like a K guard. He's going to try to swing it through. Kade blocks the far leg with his head. So pay attention. Swings it right there. This right here, K guard. He tries to swing this leg through. Kade dips his head in. Good. Kade jumps up. You guys gotta remember, Kade is extremely athletic. I would not be doing any of this stuff for a lot of you hobbyists out there. Notice how Levi has secured the legs. He's really, really in there. He's really entangling the legs the entire time. Kade is trying everything in the book at this point. He's really trying to pass. Levi just does a great, great job. As much as a lot of people were complaining about his guard style, and him playing guard the entire time, his guard was, from a technical perspective, immaculate. I think he did a really great job against some of the best in the world here. So his reverse de la Riva here is really, really good. Reverse de la Riva, for those of you who don't know, you're going to grip the far side of the leg. You want your knee to be on top of your leg the entire time. You never want your knee flat against the floor. So you want it to be supported against your arm. Okay? Okay. They get a break. We have a replay here. Again, I would not be doing things like that if I were you guys. Stick with the bare basics, and then we'll go from there. We can glean a lot of these techniques here without having to take the attributes of the athletes here. Okay, so there we go. First things first, Kade is just being explosive as hell right now at this point. So he's trying to play around a little bit. Levi's nice and calm. Kade is such an entertaining fighter the entire time. This is a very, very interesting mix-up, a very, very interesting matchup. I'm sorry. So notice the leg pinning again. He's really trying to break this guard at this point. Again, he's in de la Riva. You can see that the right hand's framing against the shoulder. Pay attention to the grip. Kade pulls up the grip here. He's in a knee cup position. He's framing the entire time. Levi does a great job framing with the right foot the entire time right there as well. Kade's just trying to jump in at this point. Pay attention here. Actually, that's good grip here. Now, whenever we're playing guard, we always want, again, as many points of contact as possible on our opponents. So this is very, very important, because if you're playing guard, your mobility is not as good as your top player. So you're limited in mobility, but you gain that back in attachments. So you have 2 hands, 2 legs to attack your opponent, while your opponent generally only has 2 hands, because the legs are too busy. So if you can utilize your legs to post on the leg, you can actually get 3 hands, 3 posts in the fight. So there we go. Again, K guard entry. That's a great one right there. Let's jump into that. Okay, so right here, he already timed it. So right here, he tries to do a double leg super here, and then he frames. He sees Kade gearing up, and he swings for the fences. Notice the framing of the far leg, the inversion here. Let's go back a little bit. Gets K guard. Pay attention to his K guard here. I really like this grip he utilizes. 2 hand right here, reinforced. He gets crammed, he gets stuffed. Kade is using 2 hands the entire time to control both legs, so that Levi can go to the back. Levi's trying his best to somehow get to the back. He sees the back, but he needs his legs to get into the action. Yeah, there we go. Once he swings that leg in, he's already attacking that leg. As you can see, he's going to swing the leg through. He's going to hold it. And as he swings through, he's really trying to go for that leg attack right now. Okay, so pay attention to the grip. He's holding that in. He's overhooking it. He's coming up to the top. Okay. Post guard again. He's sticking to his strengths, and Kade's being disrespectful and not caring about it. And that's fine. He's an entertaining fighter. Okay, so again, but from a technical perspective, we're just analyzing Levi's guard here, and we're looking at how he's doing against Kade. Kade is getting frustrated. Kade just wants to attack. He really wants to get into the fight like he did with Tackett. But Levi Jones his guard is just very, very safe, and he knows what he's doing. For him to be able to pull this off against Kade, as much boring as we're complaining about this fight being, he did a great job in terms of his guard. So let's see. Okay, so we have Shin on Shin here. He's fighting reverse De La Riva. Notice how the leg is on the floor now. 2 hand grips on the wrist. Okay, so we're gonna see a lot of exchanges like this. Kade really just trying to cut the angle, find a different area that he can attack. Jumps into it. Oh, gets caught. Levi is working his entries. See here. Okay, Kade is gonna try to attack of his own. So let's see. Okay, he's got the leg entangled here. He's got the leg grips. Okay, he's holding on to the leg here. He's shin pinning the leg. He's trying to neutralize it. And he's disengaging. Levi's just extremely flexible here. So again, watch. Levi's gonna hand grip, hand fight. He's gonna try to secure reverse De La Riva or De La Riva grips. He's just framing the entire time. So Levi's doing a great job of framing and denying Kade's entries. Levi's just getting frustrated, man. I can only imagine. It sucks when you're trying to pass someone's guard who's really, really good, and you just can't make any progress whatsoever. And he's just that flexible. So look at the pressure he's driving in. He's pinning the shin. Well, he's pinning the arm with his shin, pinning the bottom leg as well. But yet Levi's left hand and left knee are still on the inside and still framing against the shoulder. Kade's really trying to break the grip down here. He has no choice but to disengage, because he's just wasting too much energy. He's really trying to get in there. He's almost putting himself in bad position. He's just trying to attack at this point, because Levi is just playing guard and being a reactive fighter
trying to attack from the guard the entire time. But he's being proactive in the entries from the guard, which is good. So, but right now Kade is dictating the pace by attacking the entire time. Okay, Kade is trying to go for a toe hold. Okay, let's just look at all that right there. Okay, so this is like a no man's land situation here. He's got an overhook grip. Let's pay attention to grips here. He's got an overhook grip against the thigh, and he's got like a again single leg X variation, but on the body, right? Look at that. More like a single leg X on the body, right? So if we take a look, again he goes for the toe hold. Okay, and he's actually, I mean, that's really strong pressure for a toe hold. I mean, maybe the grips might not, the grips are there, but Levi's just extremely flexible and not showing any sign of breaks. So if we look here, Levi just inverts this to really get rid of the angle. And once he gets rid of the angle, he's attacking the legs again. So he's got a double underhook against the leg here. So once he opens up that leg, he's got a double overhook grips against the thigh, leg posting on the hip, and he's just framing. Look at those frames the entire time. Now he's inverted with two hands wrapped around Kade's legs. He's gonna pull himself in the entire time. See that? Kade uses his head to kind of push against it. Look at this grip the entire time he's using. It's more like an S grip actually. That's interesting. Let's go back a little bit. Right here, let's look at this. So he's gonna pull this up. It's more like an inverted S grip, yeah. It's whatever grips he can get. So right now he's overhooking and holding the heel. Kade at this point is just trying to get whatever he can get. Look at that. And second round is over. So yeah, so nothing we're missing here. But again, just look at how sticky he is. It's just a matter of always reaching and getting a leg. So when he plays guard with a really good leg lock mentality in it, where if you escape one of the legs, you always want to have the other leg available. If they use one leg to defend the other, it should give you that leg to attach and attack to. Whether it gives you the legs or it gives you the arm, you should always have another follow-up attachment right away. And Levi does a great job at demonstrating this the entire time at CGI. And I definitely will do a video on Levi after this in terms of guard study and how his guard has evolved into this. So we can break down his guard for the entire run-up in CGI. So again, reverse De La Riva. It seems like a huge De La Riva, reverse De La Riva grip base game. Grips fighting the entire time, leg lock entries. Just extremely mobile and flexible, following heuristic principles here. He has Lachlan behind him as well, so he's definitely in good hands. Kade is just really doing his best to get in there at this point. So it's at this point that he's pinning the legs. He's trying to really get in there. Levi's framing the entire time, even with the shins and the shins. Notice how the shin and the knee are connected. It's good. It's really strong. Yeah, really strong. Okay, very good. Okay. Kade is at this point just running out of options. He doesn't know what to do at this point. He's trying to go left and right. He's trying to attack. He's trying to create the angles. Levi is just at this point, he has such good answers for everything. It's tough. So again, De La Riva, 3 points of contact. He's going for the underhook grip right away. Notice that underhook grip to the shin. Reach with the far leg. Oh, pay attention to this shallow hook. Overhook grip with the left hand. Okay. So this is more like an Aoki lock leg positioning here. He's got a right underhook on the far leg, right leg controlling the right leg. Just extremely sticky. Extremely sticky. Notice how that last second frame really saved Levi right here. Bam. right here. Really, really saved him here. Notice the framing. Notice all the framing. Especially when you're playing guard, the frames are very, very important. It should always be legs, knees, hands, elbows. You're really using the furthest extension of your limbs against your opponent. Notice here he's using 3 points of contact on one attachment area here. Extremely, extremely sticky. And definitely I'll play with this when you're at the gym. Okay, so again, let's go back to it a little bit. Kade is just being completely disrespectful here by giving him the back. He's just waiting for an attack. Levi goes for it. He's trying. Kade is just like, at this point, again, barreling out of it. He's just baiting. He's just wanting to attack. Let's pay attention to how he stripped this De La Riva hook. I like that a lot, actually. So whenever you're going against a De La Riva, the goal of the De La Riva player is to see the back and to be perpendicular. The goal of the top player is to really point your knees into the knee pit of the opponent's knees. So notice how the knee is here of Levi. We want our knee to also be pointing in the same direction and then drop our knee down to the mat. So pay attention to what he's doing. He's turning the angle now. And once he turns the angle, he frees up that knee right away. Because when your knee is pointing the other way, then it's easier for the De La Riva player to collapse that knee the entire time like Levi's been doing. Man, just watching this fight gets me frustrated for Kade, as good as Levi really is. Very good. He's stepping on that leg again. He's got this grip here. He's going to jump back and forth right now. He's really trying to get in there. Okay. There we go. Man, look at the leg positioning. Even when you're playing half guard at the bottom, it's very important that you stay extremely sticky with your bottom hook. A lot of people are very lazy with that bottom hook. But notice how attached this leg is here. Definitely something to pay attention to when you're playing guard. Notice the grips here, the underhook on the far arm, the framing here, and the left leg that's still in between. And it's gonna be like this for a while. This is really a matter of Kade just trying to break through the entire time, and we're really analyzing how Levi is just maintaining these positions the entire time. Okay, so this seems like an interesting position here. He's got the underhook, he's got the K guard grips. He's getting the grips here. Okay, oh, inverted, loses it. Kade is trying to attack. Kade is getting a little tired now at this point. You can see that he's getting tired. He's trying to go for a Estima. Okay, again he's pinning the legs here. He's gripping. He's really trying to break through the shin. He's trying to smother. Okay. Look at this. Look at these attachments here. Just extremely sticky. I think one of the biggest takeaways, if there's anything you take away from this video, is your De La Riva should be just as sticky as Levi's. 4 points, 3 points of contact, 4 if possible. Always have a leg to interchange against and rotate towards. Always get the far side underhook if possible on the far leg. Controlling 2 legs are always better than controlling none. Controlling 2 legs are always better than controlling 1, and controlling 1 leg is better than none. Okay, so as we go here, you can really see nothing's really occurring at this point. He's really trying. He's attacking. He's again at this point. He's really trying to get the back. He's giving him the back the entire time. There we go. He shoots to the back. Actually, that was good. He gets back here, and Kade kicks that leg out. framing again. We look at the frames. Yeah, the frames are really good. Okay. Notice how he's pinning the shin down. He's pointing the knee against the direction of the knee. Look at the framing against the hand. The multiple points of contact. The framing again. Look at that. I think if anything, this matchup is really a demonstration of how well Levi really combines the De La Riva and the reverse De La Riva as well as the K guard entries into his guard, and the huge significance of having multiple points of contact on your opponent. And framing. His frames are immaculate. Look at the flexibility of his legs. The only thing that's really holding him is this leg shin and this cross shoulder frame. Let's see how he gets out of this. Okay, he's really trying to dig in there the entire time. He's got an underhook on the far arm. Yeah, he's got the shin here as well. Yeah, he's forcing Kade to really back out at this rate. Reverse De La Riva. He's really monitoring the far leg. He doesn't want that far leg to go through. Kade is just really barreling through all of it at this point. He's just like trying to plow through this guard. He's double gripping it. He's doing everything in the book to possibly break through this grip, break through these guards. Lifting. Let's pay attention to that lift again. So we have De La Riva grips, okay? He's framing with the arm here and the leg here. And he's reaching for the far leg. There we go. And at this point, he's got the same K-guard leg entry. Got an overhook grip on the leg. Really, really securing it. You got an ankle lock grip. And, oh gosh, Kade's just so explosive. He's getting out of these. Kade's really trying to go for his own leg lock here. Man, this is a tough match. Extremely tough match to really analyze at this rate. It's just we're just looking at a masterclass from Levi in terms of how to secure a De La Riva and reverse De La Riva. The inversions, the flexibility. I think the biggest takeaways is what I said before. The points of contacts, the 3 points of contact, and if you can use your hands, great. Always frame furthest away from your limbs first. Okay, we're making some progress here. Let's go back a little bit. Okay, so K guard, framing with the knee, as you can see here. Okay, he's getting close to the backside. He's going for the heel grip. Okay, he's got the overhook grip with the ankle lock grip actually to the back. Kade is just ripping through the whole thing. Levi is trying to get to the back right here. He's got both of his legs. Oh, no, doesn't have it. Okay. But yeah, back to the topic. So when you're playing De La Riva, again, 3 points of contact, far leg contact if possible for 4 points of contact. Importance of your frames with the furthest. So we're talking about like feet, knees, hands, elbows. There we go. Anything important here? He really grabs that to go for a knee bar, kind of, but no, fails. Okay. Levi's just so sticky. really trying to get in there. Okay. Progress. No. See, Levi has his legs tucked right behind Kade's foot, so he's definitely not pulling that leg out. But Kade is trying to go for a calf slicer here. So that's why he's shaking his head. He's like, nah, I'm alright. Man, tough match. Okay, last and final round. All right, Kade's making fun of him now. He's trying to play guard, forcing him to play guard passing. Okay, Kade's doing a reverse, like a half guard version of his own. Let's see Levi's passing. Okay. Okay, good. They're all playing the same game. They're all doing grip fighting, all grip control. Kade's not framing with his left hand instead, though. Okay, good. He still gets up. Kade doesn't want to play it anymore. And Levi goes back to guard playing. Okay. Yeah, look at that pin. The leg pins are everything here. Notice how he's pulling himself in the entire time into reverse Deli Hiva, controlling, framing. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, he's gotten this. Fits up here. Gets close to the backside. Okay, 3 points of contact. Okay. Kade's controlling the fourth one. He's stripping grips. Okay. Nope. Okay. So look, notice how he underhooked this leg right here. Right away. Oh, Kade jumped out of it. Kade's trying to pass north-south. Levi is just extremely flexible. Look how heavy Kade's hips are. And Levi still manages to get up. Man, you can see that Kade's really pushing the pace right here. He's getting. Levi is just, yeah. He's the inversions and everything, the guard play. This is really more of a masterclass in terms of Levi's Deli Hiva and reverse Deli Hiva, K guard, frames, flexibility, mobility. Levi's trying to smother choke. Kade's hair is always in people's faces. You ever notice that? Low key, Kade's hair is always in people's faces whenever he's rolling. Okay, he's advancing. Look at the frames of Levi. Look at the heavy hips that Kade is trying to put in. There's only a minute and a half left, and Kade is really trying to push the pace here, and it's just not working. We should see some action pick up here. Levi is really keeping that right leg, outside leg, so flexible. Kade is trying to do a steam a lock. Okay, he's pinning this leg again. Look, notice how heavy he is. Notice his leg shield, windshield wipers. Look, pay attention to this. Leg shield, windshield wipers. There we go. He's also trying to knee cut pass now. He's trying to double post on the legs with the knee cut. Just the frames are really good. Okay, 1 minute left. He's really pushing the pace now. And the frames of Levi, it's just, I'm surprised he's not gassed from framing the entire time, honestly. Framing for that long. Okay, he's got an over grip. Okay, Kade tries to go for a leg lock of himself. 40 seconds left, 30 seconds now. Posting. Seconds left. Yeah, he's just trying all the fanciest shit he can possibly do at this point.
Yeah. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the breakdown for the Kade Ruotolo versus Levi Jones Leary fight. Uh, I think if anything, I repeated it like 2, 3 times already. It is really more of a masterclass, this video, in terms of how to play De La Riva grips. 3 points of contact, right? One at the ankle, one at the knee. Always trying to get access to the backside of your opponent. I think at this rate, it's also very important to talk about how framing is extremely important. I think the frames saved him a lot. We're talking about his transitions from De La Riva to reverse De La Riva to K guard to framing with his feet, knees, hands, elbows, to just even flexibility down to the attribute, and knowing when to attack and when to pull back and when to underhook the far leg. But I think, man, it's just studying the grips of Levi. This match is really good for studying De La Riva. Honestly, I think this is a De La Riva masterclass here, in terms of how you can kind of really just remain sticky with the De La Riva. But other than that, there isn't really, unfortunately, much to analyze, except the masterclass that Levi is really putting on in terms of like De La Riva grips, and to be fair, to be able to do this against Kade Ruotolo, of all players, is extremely impressive. I mean, Kade is one of the most wild card players out there. So if you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe and follow for more. There will be more coming out, and I'll talk to you guys soon.